In a remote village surrounded by vast forests and towering mountains, there stood a renowned Zen monastery. Established centuries ago, it was a beacon of serenity and a sanctuary for those seeking inner peace. The monastery, with its intricately carved wooden gates and stone pathways, was presided over by Master Kaito, an elderly monk whose wisdom was as deep as the oceans. One bright morning, as the sun painted the skies with hues of gold and crimson, a young monk named Hiroshi stepped through the monastery's gates. Having traveled from a distant land, Hiroshi had heard tales of Master Kaito's teachings and wished to find enlightenment under his guidance. With a heart full of hope and a mind riddled with questions, Hiroshi was ready to embark on his spiritual journey. However, Hiroshi bore a weighty burden. He had a long-standing habit of constantly comparing himself to others. From the way he chanted to his posture during meditation, Hiroshi's gaze always wandered, sizing up his peers and measuring their skills against his own. During his initial days at the monastery, Hiroshi's habit only grew. While meditating in the grand hall, lined with golden statues of Buddha, Hiroshi's attention would drift. He noticed Kenzo, a monk who sat a few mats away. Kenzo's posture was impeccable, his breathing steady, and his focus unbreakable. Why can't I meditate like Kenzo? Hiroshi would wonder, frustration building within him. At mealtimes, Hiroshi watched other monks with hawk-like precision. Some, like monk Takashi, would eat their rice with a grace that seemed almost poetic, cherishing every grain. Takashi is so mindful, so present, Hiroshi would think, chastising himself for his lack of discipline. As weeks turned into months, Hiroshi's comparisons became an obsession. He would secretly watch the other monks during their daily chores, their practice sessions, and even during their leisure time. His heart grew heavy, and a cloud of despair hung over him. Hiroshi felt he was lagging behind, that he would never attain the mastery and grace of his fellow monks. Master Kaito, with his years of experience and deep understanding of human nature, noticed Hiroshi's internal turmoil. One day, after the morning chants, he summoned Hiroshi to his private chambers, a serene space overlooking the monastery's lush gardens. Hiroshi, bowing deeply, said, "You summoned me, Master." Master Kaito, pouring tea for both of them, replied, "Hiroshi, I've observed your struggles. Your heart is restless, your mind clouded. Tell me, what troubles you?" Hiroshi hesitated for a moment before confessing, "Master, I see the other monks, and I feel inferior. They seem so advanced, so at peace, while I am lost." Master Kaito, sipping his tea, nodded. "I understand your feelings, Hiroshi, but let me share a story with you." And so, Master Kaito began. Many years ago, in a village not too far from here, there were two skilled archers, Yumi and Kai. Both were unmatched in their skills, and their rivalry was well known. Yumi was always focused on Kai, watching his techniques, analyzing his posture, and constantly comparing their skills. Kai, on the other hand, focused solely on his own practice, oblivious to Yumi's scrutiny. One day, a grand archery competition was announced, and the entire village gathered to watch. Yumi, with her eyes on Kai, tried to replicate his every move. Kai, as always, was lost in his own world, his focus unwavering. As the competition progressed, Yumi's arrows went astray, while Kai's hit the mark every single time. In the end, Kai was declared the winner. Yumi, heartbroken, approached him and asked, "Kai, how do you always remain so focused? How do you perfect your skill?" Kai, with a gentle smile, replied, "Yumi, while you focused on me, I focused on myself. In trying to be like me, you lost yourself." Master Kaito paused, letting the story sink in. "Hiroshi," he continued, "like Yumi, you are losing yourself in comparisons. Each monk here has their own journey, their own challenges, and their own pace. By focusing on others, you're missing the beauty of your own path." Hiroshi, tears in his eyes, whispered, "But Master, How do I overcome this? How do I find my own path? Master Kaito, placing a comforting hand on Hiroshi's shoulder, said, "Start by being present. Hiroshi, when you meditate, dive deep into your own consciousness. When you eat, savor each bite, feeling its texture and taste. In every task, big or small, be there fully. And most importantly, whenever you find your mind wandering towards others, gently bring it back to yourself." Hiroshi spent the next few years practicing Master Kaito's teachings. He learned to embrace his strengths, accept his weaknesses, and celebrate his small victories. With time, Hiroshi's comparisons faded, and in their place grew a deep sense of contentment and peace. Years later, Hiroshi, now a master in his own right, was approached by a young monk struggling with the same issues he once faced. Hiroshi smiled, remembering his own journey, and shared the wisdom passed down to him by Master Kaito. And so, in the heart of the mountains, the cycle of learning and teaching continued, as monks old and new discovered the profound lesson of focusing on oneself and not on others. Moral of the story: in our pursuit of growth and excellence, it's easy to get lost in the comparison game, constantly measuring our progress against that of others. However, true growth and understanding come from introspection, from focusing on our own journey. By being present in our actions, celebrating our unique strengths, and learning from our weaknesses, we find true contentment. The path to enlightenment and self-awareness is paved with self-reflection, not comparison. Focus on yourself, cherish your individual journey, and let others inspire you, not define you. We hope you liked the video. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate your support.